Hello, sisters. Hello, and welcome to another week and another episode of the Dare to Try podcast.
Hi,
Hello.
everyone.
Hello.
How are you guys doing today? How has your week been?
It's been great. Business is good and life is awesome. My 5-year-old turned 5 over the weekend. I got to see Johanna and cousin Karina, which was the first time she came to America, and I forgot how tall she was. And so when I saw her, I was like, whoa, she seemed like a giant to me. And when I was talking to Dan about it, and he's like, she's not that tall. I'm like, she seems so tall to me.
Also, her
So,
personality. She has a really big personality and she has so much love, but she also is assertive and kind of this bad babe. Like, I don't know how to this energy that she has fills the room.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
like,
it was fun.
she's like the personality of don't mess with me, but I'll give you a hug anytime you need it.
Yeah.
And a kiss.
And a kiss. Yeah, she's so sweet.
Oh, I love that. And your little 5-year-old had their golden birthday.
Well, no, because it was on his birthday's on the 7th.
Oh,
he was due on the 5th, but yeah.
Oh, that's right. That's right. I'm a great aunt,
5.
you guys. I'm a great aunt. I remember.
That's good. Yeah, everything's good. So yeah, I'm excited to talk about the dares this week.
Yes. Yeah, me too. In fact, let's remind everyone about the dares, unless anyone has any news, anything happening not related to the dare that they want to give a shout out to.
I'm pregnant. Just kidding.
Not April Fools. I went to my very first Red Rocks concert. For anyone in the Denver area, you know what that is. It's an epic scene. It is an amphitheater in the mountains. And so the backdrop is literally stars and these red rocks. And you can look out and see the city of Denver, and it's magical. I saw Russ and it was phenomenal. So that was a good time. That's what I've been recovering from a concert.
That sounds so fun. Well, it was just a really good, I had a really good Mother's Day. It was Mother's Day on Sunday, and I would say it was my favorite one. I've been a mom for my oldest is turning 4. So however long that is, I don't know if you count being pregnant as when you're a mom, but it was my favorite Mother's Day. Just, I felt very loved and appreciated, and it was unexpected how much attention and service I received. And so I appreciated it.
Oh,
that's awesome.
Shout out to all the moms. Mother's Day, and moms are the unsung heroes. I don't know how you guys do it. I honestly, the older I get, the more appreciation I have for our own mother and all the moms I know.
Yeah. I saw something that said you can't spell hero without her.
Oh.
Referring to mothers. Yeah.
Well, Anike, do you want to remind everyone what the dare was last week?
Yeah, Johanna gave us a dare to create a motto for ourselves and to repeat it, I believe, in the mirror every day. Was it multiple times a day or every day?
At least once a day, but
once
as many times as you can.
But yeah, the main thing was to have create a motto and to say it to yourself. Mm-hmm. So I struggled with this. I don't know why, because I'm huge on words of affirmation. I'm huge on, I call it, Dan calls it my wealth bath, where you draw a circle on the ground, and you throw what you want in it, and you bathe yourself in it and give it back to the universe. And I'm big on tapping, which uses a lot of words to go with it. But I was really struggling with this. I wrote down even like my purpose is. I was like, well, it's not about my purpose, but I was like wanting to know, like try to really put it into words. And then I was thinking, well, what is my motto? I've said in the past, it's never too late to be what you might have been, or overcome overthinking by practicing presence. We've talked about those mottos before, and I do use them, and they are mottos. But I was trying to think of like a personal one to say to myself in the mirror, and I struggled. I did have I did do it. I did look in the mirror, and the things that kept coming to me were, I am confident, I am capable, and I am worthy, and I'm enough. And so it wasn't like a poetic motto. They were just these like short statements that I felt they're kind of like my go-to, my default. If I'm ever feeling like down, or if I'm noticing I'm slouching more, then I go, no, I am confident. And so I did do that. And I also went into the gym, and they have this infrared light therapy. I don't know if that's what it's called, but it's like red light therapy, and you stand in it, and it also has like this thing that you shake your body on. Also don't know what it's called. I know they call it total body. Anyway, so I'm in there shaking and listening to music and being surrounded by red light. And I just kept saying, I am confident, I am confident, I am confident, I am worthy, I am enough. And I kind of did this with my hands, like bringing the energy to me, and just kept repeating it to myself. Because you're in there. I don't know if you're allowed to bring your phone in there, but I don't know. So I just don't. So you're in there basically silent or listening to the pre-programmed music for 11 minutes straight. And so I'm like, okay, well, I'm going to utilize this time and start manifesting and think through things and say stuff. And I've already done that. And then this week, the intention was to come up with a motto. So I was trying to do that. I will say, I feel like I failed, because I feel like I didn't come up with an actual motto, and I didn't do it every day. And I'm bummed about it, because these dares I really like, and I always learn so much. And I always come into these podcasts thinking like, oh man, that was such a good experience. And like you said, I always bring such value. And this time I just did it, and that's okay, because we're human. But I will say that the day that I was repeating, I am confident, in the total body experience at the gym, that same day I had to go to Walmart Target, and run some errands for work. And I found myself, and I was in high heels, which I don't normally wear. I found myself standing up straight and kind of doing like a catwalk around Target. And I wonder if it's because I kept saying, I am confident over and over and over. And I noticed eyeballs on me. I noticed people were so nice. So like, hey, can I help you? Hey, how are you? And especially men. And as I was leaving, they were like, oh, hey, have a nice day. And I was like, bye. And so it was fun. And I was like, maybe those affirmations really did work, because I was confident all day, and I was getting attention, like just not inappropriate attention, but just attention. Like eyes were on me, and I was like somehow attracting nice people, and people that wanted to help me and serve me and say nice things to me. So that was probably the highlight of the experience.
That's a fantastic highlight. I love that feeling of when you have put in the work, and I know you feel like that you failed, but you have a true experiment here where you said, I'm going to say these words, and I'm going to take this time, and I'm going to utilize it, and then see if it helps. And then you have this fantastic experience at the store. And I believe we all do believe in energies and attracting that. And when you feel gloomy and you feel depressed and angry, your body language shows it. You're slumped over, your face even looks more droopy, you're not smiling, and people avoid you. But when your shoulders are back and you're smiling and you are ready to receive what the world is ready to offer you, people notice and want to give you things, which is often their attention. So I love that. I don't think you failed at all. Maybe you didn't come up with a specific motto, but I think the result was the same.
Yeah, I think it was good. And I think you're absolutely right. I mean, when you are closed off, when you're slouched over, you're closed off. And when you're open with your shoulders back, you're literally more open. And I think people don't realize that. And when we say, I'm confident, you literally become more straight, because you're telling your brain, I'm confident. And your brain's like, okay, well, let's walk that way. So I did like it for that reason. I just feel like I still want to come up with a personal motto, because I love this idea and I love this challenge. So I'm still going to do it. But I'm excited to hear what you guys did.
Well, and you can also, before we get into that, you can also create a motto for the year, for, what is your plan for this year and what motto do you want to have? Because we evolve and we change. You don't have to be glued to it. And I think often we put this pressure on ourselves. Well, I don't want this to be my own personal brand and my own personal motto, because there are so many things that I may want to be and want to identify with. You can change your mind. Just make it your motto for the week. Make it your motto for the month, and then alter it, get rid of it, try something new, let it evolve and grow with you.
Yeah, I love that.
Johanna, how was your week?
It was really good. And actually, I'm really glad Anike said that, because it made me realize something about my mantras and mottos that I was saying. So this was my dare. So obviously I was super excited to do this. And I started a few days before and then just evolved it as time went on. And I don't know if I mentioned it on here on the podcast, but I was struggling at work with a couple coworkers, just having a hard time, just like personalities butting heads. And so that was another reason why I wanted to start this mantra and come up with a motto to help me recharge, to help me get out of my head. And so it was really cool each morning waking up and looking at myself in the eye and saying these words, saying that I am confident, I am selfless, I am a strong woman who knows what she's doing, I am a hard worker, and I am giving and kind. And I said these things, and I said them every single day, but I said them kind of more putting it out to the universe, thinking of these people that hurt me and offended me. And I just kept saying it, and I kept thinking, if I encounter them again and it's not very friendly, I will be okay, because I am strong and I am kind and I am worth it, everything. And so whatever they have to say, I will say something kind to them, but it will be a learning experience for both of us. And I planned that, I felt that. And I've always been the kind of person that I can't really hold things in. And even if I want to try to pretend to be a different kind of person, I can't, like my natural true self always comes out. And so when someone asks me, how come I seemed a little off to them, I just told them, I opened up. I was like, hey, I've been offended. And all my coworkers, the entire office was so sweet to me and defended me and stuck up for me. And it was so nice. And so I'm wondering, because Anike, you had this experience of everybody, coming to you and wanting to check you out and serve you and, be near you. And I'm wondering if these mantras really did bring it out to the universe and it came back to me, This other thought came to my mind though. I'm a lacrosse coach. And so when I coach my girls, I am constantly seeing things that they need to work on, but it's not usually, hey, you need to fix how you run or anything like that. It's more like, hey, you're being too hard on yourself. How about you see all the good things that you're doing? And that's what I've been coaching these girls on for a few months now. Like, stop being so hard on yourself. And doing these mantras every single morning, I noticed that I've been hard on myself and I get stuck in my head. And when I'm alone, stuck with my thoughts, I start to fixate on that thought and it magnifies and it seems bigger than it is. But then talking to myself in the mirror, looking at myself, it was weird because from my coach's eyes, I saw myself and I was able to coach myself. And I was able to say, stop being so hard on yourself. You are amazing, and stop fixating on that one little thing because you have so many other qualities. And so my motto that I came up with is just simple and basic. It's just coach yourself. And I want to continue to be able to look at myself the way my coach's eyes see my players. You are amazing. You are hardworking. You are so much more than that one thing you can't do. And it was a really cool experience for me. So I don't know, it was cool.
Oh my gosh, you have me tearing up over here. Oh my God.
What are you feeling, Bretagne? Why are you tearing up?
Because you are so hard on yourself. And you are all of the things that you want to be. How else are you able to help all of these people in your life, your husband, your kids, but each of these girls, your coworkers? You offer up advice so willingly. You always give of your heart. And I think you give so much away that sometimes you forget that that lives inside you. And so for you to have this moment looking in the mirror and saying, I got this. I'm going to coach myself. I'm going to see myself the way everyone else sees me. It sounds like it was a pivotal, magical moment that now, I mean, I know we're all human and things are going to, change and evolve, but I feel like you can't go back from this now. You have now crossed over to another state of awareness, which makes me so emotional because it's all I want for people is for them to be self-aware and realize that they have the power within. And you did that. You did that. You stepped into your true power and recognized all of your glory. And it makes me emotional. I'm sorry.
No, I love it because I believe it was something you said. I hear it as your voice. I apologize if it was Anike or someone else, but I believe it was you that told me that when you have a desire, when you want something, when you want to be a certain way, it's because it's within you. It is written in your DNA. Mm-hmm. And so that gives me so much hope and faith and courage. And I believe it. When I want to be strong, when I want to be independent, when I want to kick ass, it's because it's within me. It's in my DNA. It's who I'm supposed to be. And so therefore I can accomplish it and I will accomplish it because I am motivated. I am strong. I can do this.
Oh, yeah, I love that. We're so proud of you, Johanna. I'm glad that you got so much out of that. That's a beautiful thing. And that's the power of self. I think I said somewhere on my website or my blog or something that we're unleashing yourself or unleashing the power of self. Mm-hmm. Because yes, God and the universe are there to support us and guide us. But I'm starting to play with this idea that God is in us. We're a part of God. We are maybe in his cells or something, but I feel like we are all one. We are God. God is us. We are each other. We're all just intertwined and interconnected. And so if we have that positive voice of saying like, yes, I am those things, it rings true because God is those things, because Bretagne is those things. I'm those things. You're those things, because we are all these divine, infinite creatures that have infinite ability and strength and stamina to do the things that we want to do. And it's true. And so I just love that it's like opening up to you, that you're no longer having blinders on. And that's why they say you're woke, because your eyes are literally waking up to the reality of who you are on the inside. And that's a beautiful thing.
Anike, I love that you said that. The visual I just got, because this is the way my brain works, is I have these images that pop into my head. So as you were saying that, I imagined a single tree in a forest, but it's a single tree. All you see is this one tree. And then as you zoom out, you see another tree, and then you see another tree, and you realize that the tree is not alone, that the tree is surrounded. And as you zoom out even further, you actually see the root system of the first tree, which is connected to the root system of the second tree, which is connected to the root system of the third tree. And as you span out, you see an entire like redwood style forest with all of the roots intertwined and intermingled.
Yeah, exactly. That's
I
what it's
love that.
like.
Yeah.
It's so true. That's beautiful. All right, Bretagne, drum roll. What's your motto?
So I cheated, you guys. I gotta say it. I cheated. I
Did you
wrote
copy someone's motto?
I did.
Oh.
So this motto was something that I wrote at the beginning of the year. I created my own mantra when I wrote out my goals. One of our first episodes, I had mentioned it. And when you gave us this dare, Johanna, I wanted to give myself the permission to come up with something else. So I sat back and thought, what am I going to say? What do I need to hear? I looked in the mirror and I thought, I do what I want to do. And everything I do is preparing me for my dreams. And I am confidently creating my world, which is my mantra. And it just came out. And I was like, no, we need a new one. We're doing something different. So I'm like staring in the mirror, like, come on, Bretagne, what's in there? What do you need to hear? And I just kept coming back to, I do what I want to do. And that may seem simple for so many people, but coming from a place of being silenced and submissive by choice and by not feeling like I had the strength or courage to speak up, to coming from a place where I never felt like I got to do what I wanted to do. And that I was only living to serve everybody else as a typical people pleaser. I thought I was a second-rate version of myself. Who thinks that? You know, I thought I was a supporting actor in my own story. And so to have this mantra of, I do what I want to do. This is my life. I'm an adult, you know, and I am creating my world. All time is my time. And everything I do helps prepare me for everything that I want to do and everything that I want to be and everything that I want to leave behind. And it just resonated with me. So throughout the week, I said that in the mirror every time that I had a chance to look into the mirror. So several times, several days throughout the week. And when the week started, I was actually going through a hard time. I was anxious and emotional and not sure why. And my boss, you know, we were on a call and he saw my face and he could see it, right? That energy, he could just see it on my face, even though I was smiling, I wasn't as bright. And I even said, I know I'm normally really shiny and bubbly, and I know I'm not right now. And he's like, that's not what I'm worried about. What I'm worried about is you. Are you okay? Like you're not, you don't seem to have that same life that you normally emote and show. So are you okay? And I just remember thinking like, yeah, I do what I want to do. Like, but I was so depleted at that time that even though I do what I want to do, I didn't know how to really care for myself in that moment. And there's a lot of transitions at work. And so my boss said, Bretagne, I need you to do me a favor. I need you to go waste some time. And I was like, what? No, I don't do that. I'm always constantly like, okay, if I have 3 minutes, I can get these 7 things accomplished. Like waste time? I don't have time to waste. And he's like, exactly. I am telling you, you need to go for the rest of the day, go waste some time and do whatever it is you want to do. And our call ended and I was like, I do what I want to do. Okay. And I spent some time outside. I went on a nice walk. I meal prepped. I went through this whole, you know, what does I want to do? And of course I accomplished 10 different things, but it really helped set the tone. And so throughout my week, when I was feeling anxious or I was feeling out of control, I just used my words and said, I do what I want to do. Everything I do is preparing me for my dreams, and I am confidently creating my world. And it really helped me to be successful this week.
I love that.
Awesome.
I do remember you saying that, and I do remember loving it, and I love it still. I do what I want to do. I love that.
Yeah, I love your mantra, and I love that it's perfect for you because that's who it's for. And I love that it attracted your boss to tell you, go do what you want to do, whatever you want to do. Like, how funny is that? So that sounds like a really awesome experience. I'm really grateful for this dare. I want to quickly move on because we got to get going. We're out of time. But I do want to say thank you, Johanna, for this awesome dare. And I'm going to come back with a motto. I will. So with that said, this week's truth, just the first thing that comes to your mind, what is your favorite book? Ready, go.
The Art of War.
The Chronicles
That's
of
like
Narnia.
huge. Chronicles of Narnia.
All of them.
All of the chronicles.
It's like a lot of pages for both of you. That's good. That's good. First answer would be, what is it called?
Quick, give an answer.
You guys are much better at this. I wasn't prepared. Remembering Wholeness. It's a really good book by Carol Tuttle. And I don't know if it's my favorite book, but that's the one I was picturing. I couldn't think of the name, but it's about remembering where you came from and like everything's energy and how that comes into play. And it's just a really beautiful book. So with that said, we love books. We love learning. Part of the reason why we love this podcast is because we talk about things that we learn and that we grow and we live outside of our comfort zone. And so this week's dare, drum roll, is go to a library. And if you don't have a library, go to a bookstore. And from the entrance of the library or bookstore, I want you to take 100 steps in any direction. You could take 5 this way, 5 that way, go up the stairs, go down the stairs. But I want you to take, and they could be big steps, little steps. I don't care. You can even hop if you want. But 100 steps. And wherever you reach 100, I want you to look around and see which book calls your name. Pick that book and borrow it from the library or buy it. And then I want you to read it throughout the week and tell us what you learned on the next podcast.
Hey.
I hope one of us gets something random like how to tie knots. And I want you to teach us how you learned how to tie knots or something.
Exactly. Irrigation systems of the Midwest.
Yeah.
Wait, before we take our steps, are we allowed to look around the library before we decide what direction we go?
Sure, if you want. I don't care.
And when you commit to a direction, can you change? Can you take a couple lefts and then rights, or are you going the whole time?
No, go any direction, because some libraries are smaller. Like there aren't very many libraries that you can walk 100 steps in one direction. So you'll probably have to go up, down, left, right. Okay. You can go up and down aisles. You can go back and forth an aisle if you know you want to be in that aisle or something and just go back and forth until you reach 100. I don't care. But the idea is that you take 100 steps, big or small, and get a book from that area.
All right. I'm excited.
I'm excited too. I've been looking for an excuse to go to the library. So let's go. I'm ready to learn.
Awesome. Cool. I'm excited too.
Thank you so much for this dare. Thank you so much for your time. I know that life can be crazy and it's hard to take the time to self-reflect, become self-aware, and to want to intentionally grow. But that's why we have this tribe. This is why we have each other. And this is why we have this podcast. So thank you so much for listening to another episode of the Dare to Try podcast. We'll see you here next time.
Bye, everyone.